Hello and welcome to the channel. It's Sunday the 5th of February according to my laptop, if that's correct. Is my watch saying the same? Yeah, saying the 5th as well, so that must be right. New review today. Now this review, I did do this review a while back on a separate channel when I first attempted to try and do some sort of blog, sort of daily blog reviews and unboxing videos and that sort of thing. So I did do this, and I'd done this review on the bed with a camera phone, and it's not very good. So I've decided now, I've got the new camera, the new webcam set up. I'm very pleased with it. I can now show you detail, and it's just so much better than the previous version. We're not using that camera at the moment because this is the laptop webcam. So what are we reviewing? Let me just grab it. It is an RP Models Battles and Commanders Major Blondie Hasler. Apparently it's a 75mm figures. There's two in there. Major Herbert George Blondie Hasler, and he was a famous SAS officer, apparently of notoriety of some sort. And this is basically a kit that the reference number is RPM 75120001, and the box these boxes are quite sturdy. They come from RP Models. This was bought through Mike Jolly, and I have spoken on occasion to the gentleman that makes these. He's a very nice chap. I can't remember his name, sorry. And he's very passionate about these, and it does show in the quality of the work. I think these are all resin. I think I'm correct in saying these are resin, 100%. This one is anyway. And he does a whole range, and the other one's up there. I may have done another build with Major John. I can't remember his name now, but it was a fantastic kit. So I went and bought this one, and I haven't put it together or painted it yet. So we're going to have a look at this now under proper, much better conditions, and this will be the proper review for this. So without any further ado, we'll have a quick look around the box. There's nothing really to show. Just basically keeps telling you it's Major Blondie Hasler. The reference number on one side, the address for RP Models, and the Facebook and YouTube channel, which is worth looking at. I will give them that. Let me just see, and then that will serve as your paint guide on the back, if I remember rightly. As far as I'm aware, up until now, they don't come with any paint instructions. That's the only downside. So you've got to look at that and go from there. So we're going to switch over to the bench now and turn the new camera on. Let's fire it up. So here we go with the review for Battles and Commanders RP Models Major Blondie Hasler. So we've had a look at the box. Now normally when you open this, it's full of these polystyrene chips, and generally the box is almost always way too big for what's inside, but that's not a problem. So it comes, this particular kit comes with a little bag of all your resin parts and a long bubble wrap roll with something in there. You also get a certificate of authenticity, which comes with nearly all their models, and it is signed. by Hugo Miguel Pereira, I think that is, and that's the chap that I've spoken to before. And on it you'll get the number of your kit. This is, it's a bit smudged, 14 I think this one is, lifetime warranty, and on the other side you've got some information on the officer. Let's just zoom in a bit on that, just so that we can got a bit of a closer look at what's going on. Yeah, so a little bit on the officer, and so that's a nice little touch. It's not really something you could frame, I don't think, because it's I don't know, you'd have to make your own mind up whether that's something you'd want to frame. Maybe something you could laminate and put in front of a diorama might be a nice touch, but there we go. Right, so first of all let's have a look at this. This, I'm assuming, is the canoe, and here we have a nice canoe in resin, a solid chunk there. It's definitely not plastic. Of the you know, and we've got some excellent detail. We've got a canvas top going on there. We've got some rope detail along the front of the canoe, and we've got some little sort of detailing on the front and rear edge. It needs a seam line gotten rid of and a little bit there, but generally that's not too bad. So let's get the best out of our new camera, which I got specifically to make you guys that watch these to, you know, help you see better. So here we go. I'm just going to turn my laptop around so I can see exactly what you're seeing. Right. So there's the detail on the front. Just wondering whether... there we go. We're just going to move that light out of the way because it does actually focus a lot better close up when there's not so much glare on it. So there you can see we've got the canvas, the detail in the canvas work there, the creases around where the person sits, and then coming up to the front there we've got the detail in the rope. I mean, you can see that there along the side, and we've got a little sort of hatch of some sort there. Can I get away without using that? Let me see if I can get away without using that. There we see some really nice detail, the creases up the front, and then another hatch at the other end. Then we've got the slight detail there. Come on, I know you're going to focus in a minute. On the leading edge of that, there's some sort of not exactly sure what that is, but some sort of detail on these front and rear. I don't even know what they're called, them bits, but we'll just leave that at that. So there we go, lovely depiction of the two-person canoe there. Now we're going to come to the the smaller resin bits, which will need to carry some really good detail, to be honest, if they're going to. Now this is a bit of trial and error because I've never used this camera before, but I'm firstly going to try by zooming in a lot more, so we've got a much closer, tighter workspace. There we go. There we go. Let's see. So first of all, we've got the oars with the hands on. So it's a bit bright. Now I have got a macro mode on here. Oh, I don't need it. So there we can see it focuses in okay there. It just loses it a bit when we wander off, so it's not quite picking up. Let's come up close with this. Right, let's see what's going on here. And so there we can see the tiny little hands that are gripping that oar there. That's going to be very, very fine work to remove that from that block without damaging it, which could, you know, may cause potential problems. And then we've got the end of the oars there that have also got to be cut out on one side. And on the other side. It's going to be a bit tricky on the other side because there's a little sort of plug coming off this oar here, where it sort of touches the flap there, as it were. So that's the oar, and then we come to the other oar, which is pretty much identical, really. Identical in every way, so you know it's consistent, good quality, very tiny hands and a very thin stem to be removed there, but with care shouldn't have any trouble. And let's we'll just pour these out on here. Alright, next we've got a little block which has got the faces on. So here we go with the faces. Let me try and get this. Where are you? There you are. So we've got amazing detail on them faces. There we go. Roll it to one side. He's wearing a hat, winter hat, it's obviously cold, or night manoeuvres. Make out the ears, the nose, the mouth. And then roll to the other side. Same on the other side. There's a little tag on the back that needs removing off the back of the head, but that's not a problem. We've got muscle definition in the face there and cheeks. I don't know if you can see that. But it's definitely there. Eyebrows, nose, superb detail. So that's the face. We've got this little card, which I think is one of these when you've built it to just I don't know whether you fold it in half and prop it in front of the model or you stand it up in front of the model. It's like a little a small identity sort of plate card as such. Oh, that seems to work best actually. The back of my hand seems to work better than the black mat. So there we go, that's the card. Then we come on to oh, we've dropped a piece. You can't afford to lose that. So then we've got the body. Now we've got two bodies here, so I don't know which one is Mr. Hasler. They both look pretty much identical, so fantastic detail again, creases in the clothes. We've got the drawstring coming from the sort of hoodie, and you can see the collar detail. This is very, very high quality. And then your various items just plug in the small squares for in the head, neck and arms, and then it just plugs in. In the bottom you can see the small little dimple that it just plugs into the canoe. So this is going to take very, very little building, but your work here is going to be in painting, washes, weathering, and obviously making the skin look very realistic, although we're going to have sort of camouflage. Again, this is the other body creasing on the back of the clothes, and the side where the body twists we can see that there's rumpled clothing there, and the front as well, which would correspond with the arms moving in that sort of rowing motion. Then we've got the two arms on one side, which have already been removed from a block, which is unusual in that the other two haven't. Let me just show you. There we go, so we've got, again, excellent clothing detail. Just need to remove the little peg where it's come away from a block. And these of course will attach to the oars with the hands. Again, excellent detail. Can't really fault Hugo's work at all. And finally we've got the last set of arms, which these are still on the block. So let me just have one more try of getting this without the having to hold my other arm up. There we go. Just try. Come on, zoom in for me, just on this black mat. There we go. See the excellent detail there. Excellent work. Let me just see whether we turn that light out. There we go. It really is. It's very, very good, very, very high quality. So there we have it. That's the review. I hope the camera, sound and everything else is a lot better. Please, I'm going to ask this time if everyone could just leave a comment to let me know that the camera works okay, that the sound is okay, and that we've got an improvement there. The lighting from my end, I'm aware, is not up to scratch. I do need better lighting, but apart from that, I just really want to be sure that I'm going in the right direction, and making things better for my subscribers, because that's the important thing. I really want to build the channel up, and I can't do that if it's substandard videos. So with that said, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, tell your friends, other modelers, all are welcome. And don't forget to leave me a comment and let me know how this video's gone. And I think that's all that's left for me to say is thanks for watching and goodbye. See you soon.